the season feel different to you at all now that you've been through one season, kind of knowing this world and these characters and your character?
Yeah, well, look, season 2 is it's like the big brother of season 1. You know, in season 1, it's always a feet-finding process, and you're really pushing the boat out in different directions to see what works and what doesn't for your show. And then season 2, unlike film, TV is great because you get to come back and try it again. So you know, we really get to play to our strengths and raise the bar. Season 2.
Okay. Now Hood seems to he's really settled into this identity that he kind of took over last year. Is that kind of the through line for him in season 2, or is that still coming to conflict because nobody's really questioning him too much anymore?
Yeah, I mean the element of exposure and that threat is always going to be there. You know, that's not something he can ever completely go to sleep on. That said, it's like an actor taking on a role, I guess. You know, after a while you start believing that you are the role, and he's doing that day in, day out. He's confronted, he's basically getting away with it, and it becomes second nature. But we also, in episode 3 of season 2, you know, there's a new idea that, you know, the questions come up for him internally around whether he is doing a good thing or a bad thing for everyone around him.
Okay, and we know Carrie's going to end up going to the big house as we get into the season. How is that going to affect him? Because she's not really there for him anymore. Is that going to throw him off his game a little bit? Or?
Yeah, I mean, Carrie hasn't been there for him a huge amount anyway, really, let's face it, since getting out. So it's you know, it's a difficult position for him now that he's got a daughter, and you know, Rabbit is not officially dead, so he can't really leave until he knows that the threat against the people he loves is eliminated. I see season 1 as reclamation, season 2 as protection.
Since Carrie is kind of off doing her own thing, at least in the first part of the season, is there romantic interest? Is there love, or at least lust? I'm guessing there'll be lust.
Yeah, well, look, let's just say with the closing of one door, there's always an opening of another.
Has the stunt work gotten any easier? Because I know the first season you were put through the ringer.
I think it's spread out a little more. You know, I noticed that I was still doing a lot of stunt sequences and fight scenes, but I also noticed that other people were doing them a lot more as well. So it's kind of, I think it's balanced a lot more. Whereas season 1 was, you know, after 6 episodes, I was sort of trying to get my head above water and gasping for air, like metaphorically and literally. So I think it's balanced in that respect, but you know, this is a foot to the floor show, man. It's not going to back off too much.